Because, in our culture, consumption is just part of it, right? Like we're constantly buying things. So a lot of people have a lot of clothes.
Yeah.
And I think part of my work with my clients is to show them that they really don't need that much stuff because I think that's part of why they might be having a hard time getting dressed is because there are too many options and there's decision fatigue. So some of my work is just education on like less is more.
Wow. I remember I had one of the stylists before on the webisode, and she told me that she spent 5 days, 12-hour shift with one customer
Yeah.
to rebuilding their wardrobe.
Yeah. I've done
Wow.
that before too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I had a client once who their adult kids were like out of the house and they were going to be downsizing
Okay.
and they had several closets just filled with clothes. So I think I went over like once a week for 3 hours each time for probably like 4, maybe 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And, because they had been living there for like 20, 25 years.
Yeah,
But they made the conscious decision that they wanted to really pare
of
down
course.
before moving on to the next chapter. So,
Otherwise, they would have to open their own thrift store then.
yeah, basically, I mean, she had really cool stuff,
Yeah.
but it was like she just really didn't need all of that.
So what you do, I mean, if the client says, I don't need this stuff, what you do then?
What do they do with the stuff?
Yeah.
It depends. So, if it's really in good condition and it looks like something that could sell,
Hmm.
then I encourage them to go to a consignment shop and try to sell it. Some people prefer to use like Poshmark, or
Yeah.
I guess if it's like a really nice brand, they could use the Real Real.
Right.
I also encourage people to use ThreadUp because you can just stuff everything in a bag and they just kind of take care of it for you.
Right.
If it's stuff that isn't nice enough to sell, then I encourage people to donate it. I like Goodwill. I use Goodwill a lot because, yes, they are a for profit company, but they use their profit to help educate and train their staff so that they're able to have a job.
Right.
And job training, I think, is really important
It is.
for like certain populations that maybe didn't have those kinds of resources.
Uh-huh.
But there are also really great organizations like I think it's like the Lupus Foundation. Pretty sure it's the Lupus Foundation. You can like go on their website and schedule a pickup and they'll just come and pick up the stuff that you don't want anymore. And then it's like it's aiding that really important cause. And then the stuff that isn't really nice enough to donate is maybe like falling apart or has a stain on it or whatever the case may be. There are programs where you can order a bag to come to your house, you stuff it with the fabric scraps, and then you send it back to them, and then they use it as like recycle material.
Nice.
So I think they say like 90% of it, 95%, I don't quote me, won't end up in a landfill.
Nice. I mean, there are so many ways that we can go with instead of throwing out to the landfills and then ending up into the garbage. And we
Right.
just have to look up Google. I think it's the best way, or ChatGPT if you want to use that,
Yeah.
and look for the companies who are available in your county, district, or state, and you can just run it closer.
Yeah.
Or
And I'm compiling like Word documents with different options for each of these kind of selling, donating, and
wow.
scrap collection.
Hmm.
So if people work with me, I'm always giving those out.
Ah, amazing. I mean, it's like a free guide, a freebie.
Hmm.
Maybe you should use that on your Instagram. Comment what thrift or whatever the word, and I'll send you the free ebook or so, things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Because you're working
Yeah,
on it. So why not?
that's right.
It would help
I
your
already have.
business too,
Hmm.
right? Wow, that's amazing. So thank
Yeah.
you very much, Stephanie, for your
Thank
time
you.
here on Zayshin Webisodes. It was such an amazing conversation, especially where you started and all the years, decades that you put into the medical field, and then, change to the fashion. And the main thing I would take from this part of this webisode is how important it is to satisfy your inner side, that whatever the thing you're doing should be aligned with your values. It's not just like selling your soul for the
Right.
money. Or one more thing that you said about when you became a mother, that it should be something, I should be more passionate about something if I'm leaving my daughter away for some time.
Hmm.
That's very important. I mean, I know people And again, the thing you said about New York, especially in New York, they just go to pay for, pay for the paychecks and the bills that we all have.
Well, I don't fault them for that.
Hmm.
I think for me, when I worked with my career coach, it became clear to me that I wanted something where I felt super passionate
Yeah.
in my work.
Okay.
But I think other people, for them, it makes more sense to do a job where they make a decent amount of money
Hmm.
and then they can pursue their passions on their, spare time on the weekends or whenever they can.
Right.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's just for me personally, I wanted to spend my time where my passion lies, and that's not for everybody.
Right.
And I think that's okay. And people should have the right to choose how they want to spend their time. And if it means making enough money
Huh.
to support your family, to have like the life you want, then so be it.
Right.
You know,
I like it because it's such a unique, you know, perspective or point of view that you have. And it's, yeah, it's something unique, I would say. And yeah,
yeah,
of course, it depends on the situation where you at, and it
right,
depends on that totally. Whatever or however you like to do, you could do that.
right. I also know some people who like worked really, really hard at a job that they didn't love and made a decent amount of money.
Uh-huh.
And then once they got to a certain point in their life,
Hmm.
they felt comfortable saying, okay, now I want to switch and do something.
Yes,
Like I feel more financially stable now. And now I feel like I can go. And
exactly.
for me, like I'm very lucky that my husband is able to provide for our family,
Uh-huh.
the majority on the financial side. And
Nice.
my work, I love it, but I'm not the breadwinner of the family, right? Like I'm not a super expensive service. I'm more reasonable because I want people to be able to afford to work with me. I don't want it to be like an elite type of service.
Nice. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
that's how it should be working too. I mean, you are partners, and that's how you support each other,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you very much again. Before we go, any tips or last words you want to say to the audience?
I think when you're getting dressed every day,
Hmm.
try and think about those style words, right? Like you don't have to be working with me
Okay.
to have style words. You can come up with them for yourself and you can write them down on like a little post-it note
Hmm.
and put it up on your mirror.
Okay.
And so when you're getting dressed every day, think about like your intention for wanting to express yourself. And I think that will help bit by bit build your confidence.
I see. Thank you very much. And I believe you already have mentioned all the social media platforms that we can find you. And also all those links you can find into the description. You can follow Stephanie. And I mean, I love the conversation that we have just now. It was such a unique one.
Me
Right.
too.
So
Thank
yeah,
you so much.
of course, it's always a pleasure. And thank you very much to you guys too for joining us here on SHEEN episodes. And I'll see you with the next one. Bye bye.
Yeah.